As a lobbyist, I am sometimes prone to hyperbole, but believe me when I say that curbside margaritas probably saved my marriage.
The industry wants this, and I guess that's the price of getting it done, so I'll be an aye vote.
Liquor bills, man. Always something.
The Cask Keepers, Colorado 2024 Alcohol Impact Legislation. A Public Policy Research Summary by Krystyn Hartman. Growing up as a kid in the 1960s and 1970s in a New Mexico reservation border town with the largest drunk tank in the nation gave me an outrageously keen sense of alcohol supremacy in our caste system of substance users at an early age. Alcohol's role in colonizing of the Americas is well documented, so following its trajectory through to the modern world as a researcher is not difficult. So 50 years later, in 2024, when alcohol deaths rose 60% in my retirement state of Colorado, but there was no public outcry or push in the state to save lives from Colorado's quiet killer, I couldn't stop thinking about it. 2 years prior, in 2022, when it was opioids and fentanyl killing Coloradans, multi-million-dollar impact lawsuits were filed against Big Pharma. Lawmakers led by progressives mobilized in force against it. So, how will lawmakers respond to the alcohol drug deaths crisis in 2024? Using the public policy tools that I was learning in my classes, I decided to find out. I was doing so much alcohol impact research, my Facebook feed was flooded with alcohol ads targeting women and mothers. But I persevered. So, how did lawmakers respond to the 60% rise in Colorado alcohol deaths? They passed 3 new alcohol expansion and promotion bills, including liquor sales on Christmas Day, Senate Bill 2420, alcohol takeout and delivery.
The industry wants this, and I guess that's the price of getting it done, so I'll be an aye vote.
House Bill 241156, chamber alcohol events and cigars.
Is there a problem with having one open air area where elderly white men like myself can enjoy a cigar?
Senate Bill 24231, alcohol advisory group recommendations. 35-page collection of alcohol industry wants. This bill was introduced and passed in less than a week during the last week of session.
Mr. Chair, I insist on the consent calendar.
Is there an objection to the consent calendar on a liquor bill? Come on.
Alcohol even came up in bills that had absolutely nothing to do with alcohol, or so we thought.
Should there be space where people are allowed to have a conversation where you feel like you can ask dumb questions over a beer in the hallway? I think the answer is yes. I think that is part of democracy.
And killed the one bill proposed to address the $5 billion a year public health impact of alcohol, Senate Bill 24181, Alcohol Impact and Recovery Enterprise. And declared on record that the alcohol legislation they were passing is a privilege for the industry.
And allow this privilege and source of revenue to continue in perpetuity in Colorado. I'd ask for an aye vote.
As part of my research, of course I had questions and signed up to testify
My name is
several
Krystyn
times.
Hartman. I represent myself as a childhood domestic violence and sexual assault survivor, homeless at 16 to escape the alcohol-driven violence in our home. Like many survivors of alcohol violence and sexual assault, I've been living with and paying for alcohol privilege my entire life. As a child, seeing my mother beaten on a regular basis year after year by privileged drunk in our home locked my body into a constant state of fight or flight, which has taken its toll on my physical and mental health in the decades since. Sponsors claim there have been no problems with the alcohol delivery program expansion over the past 4 years, yet alcohol impact data over that same time period is readily available and quite prolific. According to the Colorado Attorney General's Domestic Violence Fatality Review Board, DV deaths broke records last year. 44% involved alcohol, 63% were in homes, and 97% women were victims. The Denver Post also ran detailed reports on the 60% rise in alcohol deaths over the past 4 years. It's taken me 50 years to get here, and this is as far as I've come. So I really hope that you guys will stop ignoring victims of alcohol abuse. The numbers are everywhere, and stop pretending like these things are not happening. We exist, we have a voice, and I thank you for your time and your consideration today. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your testimony, Ms. Hartman.
The industry wants this, and I guess that's the price of getting it done. So I'll be an aye vote.
Beautiful for spacious.
As a lobbyist, I am sometimes prone to hyperbole, but believe me when I say that curbside margaritas probably saved my marriage.
And allow this privilege and source of revenue to continue in perpetuity in Colorado. I'd ask for an aye vote.
Liquor bills, man. Always something.
Above the fruited plain.
Is there an objection to the consent calendar on a liquor bill? Come on.
America,
And stop pretending like these things are not happening. We exist, we have a voice.
God shed His grace on thee and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
The industry wants this, and I guess that's the price of getting it done. So I'll be an aye vote.